And, I tell the kids, pressure is something you feel when you don't know what you're supposed to do. These kids know what they're supposed to do, so the pressure should be off.
The pressure was on Porter, though, folks. They had lost 24 games in a row. That is until Friday night when Frank Alvarado led that West Coast offense with perfection, and Porter comes up with a huge win, breaking that losing streak. The pick six here gets it done. The Cowboys get a win. Now, there are some changes this week in the Brownsville schedule, as there was supposed to be a 9 a.m. game on Saturday. Lopez at Pace at Sam's. That's been moved to Friday night, and the Friday night Sam's Stadium game has been moved to Brownsville Veterans High School, where they will host the Edinburgh Bobcats. Let's talk a little bit about 3A football, Joe, and what Port Isabel is doing. And they are now 2-0. They have beaten La Grulla in Rio Grande City, a team that everybody thought was great. They have beaten Rio Grande City in Port Isabel. So 2-0 against Starr County, but this team looks like it's reloaded.
The most grief I've got out of my top 10 segment that I've started doing is, why do you keep putting Port Isabel the highest? Because you live down there? No, it's because of our preseason segment we did on that silly billboard up there. Those kids look at that thing. They got grandpas, they got fathers, they got uncles that all played that say, get out there and win, and they figure out a way to win. And these kids, you talk about again, growing up, they're growing up quick, and they know the scheme.
Losing 28 guys off your roster is just incredible. They've got 6 people back from their entire roster, not 6 starters, 6 people on their entire roster, and yet here they are again, Greg.
It speaks to the strength of a program that you have, the coaching and the talent base in general, and the amount of turnout that you have in your maybe JV and freshman programs that you can build up from when you lose people like that, and just reload and have the defense be just as strong as it was last year when it made a lot of headlines.
But Port Isabel not the only 2-0 4A team. I'm going to get it right before the season's over, I promise. Rio Hondo also 2-0. La Feria also 2-0. La Feria has looked good in both of their games. Rio Hondo has been extremely good. Their defense is great, and this week they are going to take on Sinton. Again, these two teams play just about every year. It's a great measuring stick for Rio Hondo, and Joe, I think this might be the year that Rio Hondo gets one over on Sinton.
When I got to see all the teams in preseason, Rio Hondo was the one I walked away from the practice facility saying they got a lot to put out there, and if they click, they're going to be good. And I still think that there is a collision course coming. Rio Hondo, Port Isabel. They don't like each other anyway, but circle this one, because now it looks like 2 good football teams are going to meet on that game.
And maybe La Feria, La Grulla as well. That one might be pretty good on the other side of the valley. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. Going to finish it up with maybe the best freshman quarterback in the valley. He is so money. We'll talk about it next.